everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Falcons going up against the Seahawks. And with that, we'll send you up to the Pacific Northwest and Central Link Field in Seattle, home of the 12s. So we'll welcome in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we are just south of historic Pioneer Square at CenturyLink Field in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. And on the ground they go with the running back. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Now back to throw. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And now here's a carry heading left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. In motion goes the tight end. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some space here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
In motion left goes Moncrief. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Third and long. It's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll go with the ground attack here. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And here are the defensive starters. In your old position, you get to talk about the secondary.
The best athletes on the field, Brandon.
Debatable.
Well, we'll see how this goes today. I love the way you put my guys down. But you know this. They've got a
blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Lucky 56. Lucky 57. Here we go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he stopped immediately there. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2.
All right, here we go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Nate Sudfeld, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. On 2nd down, Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Easy.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Touch 50.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. In motion left goes Moncrief. On 3rd down, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Play clock winding down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. That is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. And here we go on 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to...
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. The play clock's running down. Throwing is Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
For the defensive guys, that's wrong on just about every level. You did so many things right. Knock the ball free. You're excited you're going to get the ball. And then the offense gets it back.
The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's 2nd down. of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Time to step aside. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards. And now 1st and 15. They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And to give this time to the tailback. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeForest Buckner with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He's going to rifle one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
Let's go. Easy. Run left. 95. Go.
Now Wilson on first down. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there of 22. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Third down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look.
When DeForest Buckner was at Oregon, for much of his career, the opposite defensive end from him was Aaron.
And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And wow, fortunately he was able to get it back, but it's left his guys in a bit of a hole here. They're backed up deep to start this drive. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Well, the movement was defensive